anywhere on the planet, minute by minute, day by day, all of the time, all of the time, all of the time.
Like racial shadow boxing?
Oh, racial shadowboxing. That's the term that I used in the original 1984 edition. It just means that it's a way of black people have, not all black people, but some black people have, of coping with the race issue in order to feel better about how to handle it. By not handling it at all, it's according to the way it works out. And I call it racial shadowboxing, meaning they are having problems with a white person who they think of as a racist, and they don't know what to do about the problem that they're having with this particular white person, or with white people in general in the system of white supremacy. So, racial shadowboxing is a way that many black people have of coping with the system of white supremacy, which means they will know full well that that black person is not their problem. But they'll say, this black person, they're holding this office, or they're the foreman on this job, giving this as an illustration, and they'll say, now what we need to do, we need to get rid of all these black people who are doing all this Uncle Tommy. That's what we need to do. That'll solve the race problem. Get rid of all the Uncle Toms. And then they always have something disparaging to say about whatever black person is in what you might call a foreman position, or, you know, like they said back on the plantation, the HNIC, head Negro in charge, even though they didn't use the word Negro. They use that N-word, you know, HNIC, all right? So they always spend a lot of time talking about getting rid of that person, he or she, okay? And then everything will be all right. Now, that's a way to feel good, but it doesn't solve the problem. But you feel better when you go around telling everybody, or when the person actually, that black foreman on that job, I'm giving this as an illustration so people will know, that everybody's been talking about they need to get rid of because he's hard on black people. So we spend all of our time talking about getting rid of him or her. So one day we come in and you say, you know what? They transferred them. They ain't here no more. They're out of here. They over, you know, they're not even in the state no more. They over in another state. I mean, the company transferred them. I don't know that. I don't know whether they got a demotion or a promotion, but they're out of here. And so everybody's Jubilee time now, all right? Then they replace them with another black person. So they start what I call shadow boxing with that one. Always a whole lot. Everybody's in the office. Nobody. See, and I call it shadow boxing because what this black person is, this foreman or forelady that everybody just can't stand and whatnot, they are just scared to death. Or even if they're not, they are pleasing the master, just like on the plantation, or just like in the death camps in so-called World War II. They had people in the death camps that went to check on other people who were in the death camps. They assigned them. Said, now, if you don't want the job, we'll give the job to somebody else and we'll shoot you right now. So take it or leave it. You got about 5 seconds to make up your mind. Otherwise, you're going to hear a pistol or Luger to your head. and you're going to be dead. So the average person says, oh, okay, you know, you're in a prison camp, which is where black people are. So they'll just replace one with another and carry out whatever the duties are that the white supremacists say. I tell you what to tell the rest of those black people. You don't make up your mind what to do, or unless I tell you, do whatever it takes to get this job done, no matter how much pressure you have to put on them, and you'll get rewarded by me, or you'll get punished by me. Take your pick. So that's the deal all over the world here in 2022. So the code book says, I took a long way around of explaining, stop shadowboxing. If you got something to do on that job where you're complaining about what you call the Uncle Toms, everybody is Tomming who's black all over the planet 24/7, all right, in the system of white supremacy. So don't try to lean on that crutch anymore. If you got a problem on your job, the problem is the white supremacists. So go talk to them and stop boxing their shadow, which is what that black person is. That's why I made up that term. You know, you're swinging at a shadow. You're not really getting at the root of the problem. So it's just like putting a shadow on the wall. So you punching the shadow. You punching yourself out. Because the shadow, that's not the real power. That what you call that Uncle Tom, that's also you. So you're boxing with yourself. Because somebody in that place, in that same place where you work, will say that you Tomming by working in that place. Say, all them black people over there in that place. I used to work over there. I quit. I walked out on them. I'm homeless, but I walked out on them. Because there ain't nothing but Toms in there. And I wouldn't want to be no Tom. So now I'm homeless. And then he, while he's homeless now, watch this. He breaks off the conversation. Say, hold it just a minute, baby. I'll be right back and tell you the rest of the story. And then he runs over there and sees that white man over there and stands there. That's the white man that always gives him $1 every day. All right? When he comes out of that office building. He runs over there so he'll be the first one in line of homeless people. You know, and the guy gives him $1. Then he comes back and continues the conversation.
Oh, okay.
Now, see, he's homeless. He didn't work at that place where all these Toms are. But now he's out here soliciting $1. It's the same thing. This white man in this office building gives him $1 every day, if he happens to be close enough to give him $1. So he broke off this conversation so he could go over there and collect his $1. He might as well stayed in that place where he was making $60,000 a year.
Okay. Wow. Alrighty.